Real talk, real talk, real talk, real talk with Tim McGee. Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Real Talk with Tim McGee. In case you haven't noticed today was a very inspirational day. Now, unless you've been sleeping under a rock or you've been at work or like the young generation, only thing they watch is their phone. Today was a very inspirational day because it was inspirational for actually a lot of reasons. But I'll start with the obvious. Today was the last day of the Trump administration. 4 years ago, I was on the opposite side of this, giving y'all predictions about what his administration was going to do. And I went back and I looked at it when a friend shared it to me. And uh, it's funny how consistent I was with about what his administration is going to do. But enough of that. That was 4 years ago. Today, we want to talk about the opposite of that, and that is the inauguration of Joseph Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. And like I said, unless you've been sleeping up under the rock, you know who they are by now. And if you don't, I'm not gonna educate you now. You just should watch TV. But we have the first black and Indian woman, first woman. I mean, she's just breaking so many records. First, the state attorney, a black woman of California, first black woman to her Senate position. I mean, all these different things that she is doing is inspirational. And then also we had this woman that just really blew my mind. If y'all saw her name was Amanda Gorman. One, they created a position, a national position for the White House where someone comes and read poetry, and it's a made-up position, and the first person to wear that crown is a black woman. So that itself is a story all by itself, and I will probably do a story on that. We'll talk. But what she said, you have to go back to see the whole entire speech in the poem, but it was powerful, and she articulated it, and I'm just so proud of our black queen because she represented the spirit of so much of what our women are like. Man, we are capable of doing many things, so that was beautiful. And then we had the fact that not just Kamala, but she has a white husband, a white president that was on the wrong side of history uh, years ago in my generation, because I remember him as, but along with everybody else in Congress. And if you're gonna get the credit, we also got to give that same thing to John Lewis and everybody else that was in Congress that also voted for the crime bill. And it's much bigger than three strikes you're out. That wasn't the only thing that was in it, but yes, it was very harmful to us, and all of them did fucked us up with that. But I will say this is that an older man, I believe that people can change, and I believe that he is trying to redeem himself. He went out seeing cast the first stone, and he started off by a good start, not just talking the shit. He has gone farther than any white man has done to even put a black person there, and he's giving black people a lot of range. So all y'all that want to crucify him, let the man do what he does, because not only did he do that, but he's a wise man, and he knows that he may not have many days left, and for him to choose a black woman. It's all type of history being made here. We're looking right now. I guarantee you, Putin and China, all the motherfuckers is studying Kamala right now because they all thinking what we thinking. God forbid, but Joe don't make it through his 4 years. She instantly becomes president. That's another story too. But I just want to have real talk with you. So Joe knew that, and yet he chose her to be the vice president, and so many other cabinets that we'll talk about later. But that was so powerful. And then another thing that was historical that y'all might not caught, some of y'all who are political savvy might have, Garth Brooks. When I saw that, I said, is that who I think it is? Garth Brooks. And I loved it. I really did. But it wasn't expected to have a Republican country singer at a time like now come and sing. And not only that he sung, but he sung a very iconic song for a very iconic reason. Because when you hear that song, you can't help but think back to the Civil War and the slavery days when that song was made by a slave owner when he came to the realization that, damn, what we've been doing is wrong. Slavery is wrong. I once was blind, now I'm lost. And that's why this Republican man know that that was somebody from his side of the Confederacy singing that song. And what we saw on the 6th was nothing short of the revive of that Confederate army storming up in there. And that's why they, you know, we ain't got to go into that. But so for that was, I thought it was genius, and I thought it was a genuine moment, you know. So even though it wasn't no people there, it still had the dynamite and the power, you know. And so yeah, so that's why today was Welcome Back, America, because the 4 years we dealt with Donald Trump, that was, I don't even have the word for it. Y'all just know what it was, man. And it was from the pit of hell. And it's gone. And, you know, I've seen videos of him and his family, Trump and his family at the White House. And you know, they look all sad and look defeated and stuff like that. And it's crazy, man. It's like they didn't think that it was going to happen, because that's how much they banked on white supremacists. That's why they didn't give a fuck to all our other voices. They thought that the voice of the white supremacists was louder than us people collectively united. Collectively united, we can't be divided. And we did something. We came together. Black people, Asian, Spanish, Africans, Indian, you know, every race. It's too many of us. White people. We came together and we brought America back, because we was on the verge of something horrible if he would have won another four years. So with that being said, you know, let's get ready for a brighter future. And this is Real Talk with Tim McGee. We'll talk about some other videos later, but like, support, and subscribe to my YouTube page called Real Talk with Tim McGee. And we're going to have some more Real Talk later.